think the most important thing that we can do to promote families and preserve families is to take the man back, the husband and the father of the home, to a place of leadership, right, which is his rightful place to begin with. To take them back to a place where when they say this is going to happen, then that thing is done, because it's his responsibility to figure out what the family is, where the family is going, and what it's going to look like in 5 or 10 years.
The best way to preserve the entire family and save society, I think, is when people are making choices on who they're marrying and how they're marrying, why they're marrying. That's where we start. Why are you marrying this person? What values do you like in them? Marrying for status, to prevent loneliness, for money, for class, or because you think your ovaries are getting stale, or you're not man enough because you don't have a wife and children, is all the wrong reasons. So let's get why we are marrying correct.
I think coming up with new cultures, let's say as the father or as the head of the family, you decide to create these play activities, and also learning to communicate with your kids, learning from, I think one of the most important things you can do in a bid to preserve your own family is get mentors. When you get mentors, they help prepare you psychologically, emotionally, and even intelligently, because now you know leo wife akikasirika, when the wife is mad at something, these are the battles. I need to choose some battles, and for the sake of peace and for the kids, I need to let go of some. So communication and creating of new cultures.
As a born-again Christian, one of the things that I think would be ideal is to just reconnect family back to God's idea of what family should be or should have been according to his original blueprint, which means when families go to church together and receive words from somebody who's not in the family unit, they always tend to listen more, and they always tend to want to practice what they have learned more. Communication will enhance trust, which is one of the weaknesses that I think is not working in the society, and it would be a strength if a family is communicating all the way from the top to whatever the next generation is.
I think the first thing is just to create awareness, to take it back to basics, define family for families, because nowadays people really don't understand what family is. People are confused with, they think you can actually run away from life, as opposed to the fact that families are there for a purpose. We are born into unique families for a purpose. So it's just define families, and then from there to work now with spreading it now from just the nuclear family now to a national family, because I think that's important.
I think the first is just about foundations. Recently I've learned a lot about foundations and just how important it is to make it bright, make right the foundation. So I think grounding it in the word is very, very important, because some of these things, when I say there's no balance and that's the thing that's all working, the only way you can get balance and right the foundation is if you ground it in the word. So it's just returning that unit back to where it's supposed to be, to the family, so that you get insight that's only gotten from the word and through God's insight.
Preserve and promote families. Creating opportunities for families to bond. I feel if we remove the economic headache out of the picture, then fathers will be present more. Then when the fathers are present more, the twins are happy to have this unit together. So I guess creating opportunities where families can hang out together. Like for example, have events where you're asking the whole family to come. You're not asking mothers only to come. You're not only asking fathers only to come. You're not asking children only to come. So it's a place where they can just come and be together and just goof around together. Because with that goofing around, you're able to see and understand what the other person is doing.
I think it's just balancing in families. Yes, there is need to fend for the family, as much as you believe, or we believe, that it is important to provide for the family. The same importance should be given to sharing and being there for one another. the financial and the emotional and the spiritual, all they need should balance. So what I can just say is just the best way to bring to promote families by balance. Have a balance of everything.
I think it's one thing that's very prevalent in Africa and not in the West is the way there's still quite a traditional view about roles within marriage. And that's, as society in Kenya moves forward, that's becoming a more and more unpopular viewpoint to hold. People want equality, and they don't see that you can be different but still be equal. I think when we look at the roles that we should be or could be pursuing, it brings a better harmony to the relationship and to the family. And you find that people are working together as a team to fulfill the same goal. So I think it's important that we perhaps teach a lot more about equality in being different, and that we don't have to aspire to be doing the same things, that we can be who we are through doing a different role that is as equal as what your partner does, whatever that might be.